Welcome back, America. Morning glory, bonjour, hi. I'm Hugh Hewitt on the first day of what is going to be the worst couple of weeks America has seen since 9/11, according to the president. But not all is grim. As I told you at the beginning of last hour, the new IHME COVID-19 forecast find lower need for hospital beds, lower need for ICU units, lower need for ventilators, a lower projected death total. That's all good news. Europe's starting to reopen, but in the meantime, small businesses are struggling to stay alive in the middle of this. JobCreatorsNetwork.com is banding them together. I urge you to join it, but I thought I would talk with one small business I know very well. BestHotGrill.com is, of course, a sponsor of the show. This is not a sponsored segment, though. I just reached out to Rett Rasmussen, who is the CEO of BestHotGrills.com, and asked him to join me. Good morning, Rett. How are you?
Hi, morning glory, Hugh. Doing wonderful. Thank you.
You are up early, but you're always up early these days. And my greetings to your general counsel and to everybody at besthotgrill.com. First of all, what did you do when the lockdown orders came, and how have you evolved the business since then? And you might want to start by telling people what you were doing in February and January in order to contrast March and April with that.
Well, Hugh, it was business as normal in January and February, right on line with the tremendous economy that we all have been enjoying up to this point. But it really started going downhill in mid-March, as we all know, and I was out of town at a trade show, calling back to Irene, my wife, business partner, general counsel, and talking with her, and decided, okay, on March 12th, that we're not going to work overtime the next day on Friday, which we normally work 4 9s and a 4, and if we need overtime, we work longer on Fridays. So I cut that off. Then when got back that weekend, we started, pulling in the reins. Decided that okay, we're not going to work next Friday. Then we actually went to our about an hour and a half before the state of California announced their lockdown. I was already telling my staff that we're going to reduce hours the next week until further notice, down to 30 hours, but still keeping it full time so we could pay their benefits. And that same day, on the 23rd of March, I told all my net 30-day customers that until further notice, I would only ship product out with a credit card so that we could maintain cash flow and not increase accounts receivable that we may or may not get paid for. It just didn't seem good to keep our employees employed without any cash coming in. So I've been very much in a conservative preservation of cash mode here from the start of this thing.
You're very online, besthotgrill.com. In fact, I think the fetching Mrs. Hewitt is ordering one this week for our son who just moved into their house, because if you can't go out, you can at least grill in the backyard, and besthotgrill.com is the place to do it. Has your online business sunk, stayed the same, or gone north?
It's been going, everything's down about a third from where we were prior to this happening in the last couple of weeks. But it's the positioning that we've done over the last course, probably 5, 6, 7 years that have we've become more direct to consumer, direct to dealer. We don't have two-step distribution except in a couple of legacy cases around the country. A lot of things have really positioned us well for this downturn. But part of it was first determining that we are an essential business. We are in the supply chain, supplying to plumbers, to service personnel. We're an appliance manufacturer in the heating and comfort and cooking industry with our gas logs and other vent-free heaters that we make. And so that gave us the confidence that we can stay open. And the positioning that we've done over the course of the last few years really brought us to it. Another thing that did it for us was an item that we kind of cursed. We're spread out over 4 acres and 9 buildings, and we always kind of would grumble when we had to walk out in the rain when it does happen in SoCal. But now we have a built-in social distancing of spreading our 62 employees across 9 buildings. It's worked well to our advantage.
How have the besthotgrill.com employees reacted to the 6 foot minimum spacing?
They're embracing it because they want to maintain their job. We have been very diligent in informing them, in educating them. In fact, this will be the start of the third week of taking temperatures every morning. I set up a maze of grills that makes a circuitous path in our showroom so that and striped it out with duct tape so that they maintain 6 feet as they come in every morning to have their temperature taken by me and recorded by Irene. It's one of the things that we did to bring comfort because they may know where they have been, they don't know where their coworker has been. And so they've been very thankful for that. They've been thankful that we've been able to maintain their job up to this point.
Now, I love your website. We are open for business. Please enter coupon code STRONG when ordering on our web store. What does that get you, Rett?
It gets our customers a 15% discount. It gets them free shipping. And for those who aren't ready to buy now and understand why you wouldn't be, we also have, if you scroll just a little bit further down, the opportunity for them to contact us for a quote where we will lock in the current prices and that 15% discount and free shipping through December 31st of this year. So when we get that bounce back that we're all hoping for, everybody gets back to work. Those who want to act between now and April 30, I'm going to lock that in for them.
So you get a gas log, a Solaire grill, or a patio heater over at besthotgrill.com. Now, Rett, you are a Naval Academy graduate, so obviously you're trained in leadership and you know how to respond. Your supply chain above you and below you, though, are not necessarily that well trained. How is the delivery system going, and how is the supply chain below you moving up to you?
Well, as far as our vendors go, most of them are open for business. They're doing well. The trucking companies are just working 24/7 right now. They are really busy. We've not seen too many issues with them, although if they're delivering to a business and they appear that they're not open, they're just immediately sending the merchandise back to us. We've had that happen a couple of times, even though it was more of a misunderstanding, but they're very hypersensitive to businesses closing right away, and they're afraid of clogging up their warehouses with too much merchandise, so they just send it on back.
Yeah, one of my young friends who's run Secure Space, SECUR Space, they've got demand that they never saw before because people have all of a sudden got inventory that they've got no place to put. Rett, what would you say? There are a lot of senators driving in or listening right now. What do you think they ought to legislate in phase 4? I don't think you're a big Speaker Pelosi, let's bail out the pension funds for the state employees person, but what would you like to see, if anything, done?
Well, we have taken advantage of the Paycheck Protection Plan program, PPP. We submitted our application last Friday, and I'm going to bring my employees back at 40 hours a week if and when that loan comes through. As far as phase 4, frankly, where I want to see it go is let's start a rollback, bringing people back to work sooner rather than later, and do it, in a geographical means. Kind of look at the Sweden model, and not bankrupt our economy based on, with the cure that may be worse than the disease. That's where my feelings are. It just pains me to see restaurants dark in the dining room. Let's start bringing back people with the social distancing, whether that money-wise in phase 4. A lot of that is, I agree with you. Let's really get the defense industry going back. That has a great multiplier effect in our economy.
And I believe that as soon as we get antibody testing and people can get the purple thumb equivalent of a pass to go back to work, we got to let people go back to work wherever they work. Rett Rasmussen, thank you for giving us an up-close view of what's going on the factory floor. BestHotGrill.com, my friends, for your gas logs, your Solaire grills, the best grill made in America. and your patio heaters. Go buy them. They're in business. And find people who are in business and do what you would normally do. Purchase from them, and job creators